Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing. Don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about NXT for September the 7th, 2021. So yeah, man. So this is the final episode of NXT. Final episode of NXT before its revamp. And man, I am not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it, bro. And you know, tonight's show, it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't all that good. Not saying it was bad. It just it was okay. You know, felt like nothing pretty much happened besides the NXT Tag Team Championship match and the wedding with Dexter Lumis and Indi Hartwell. That's the only thing. But yeah, it was fine. It was all right, you know. But yeah, I am not looking forward to next week. I'm not looking forward to next week because NXT is being revamped, and it's being run by Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard, man. Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard. And they already running Monday Night Raw. They already doing Raw and SmackDown, and now they trying to do NXT too. Like I just don't like it how they just got rid of most of the people from NXT, and they just kicked Triple H out, man. Triple H not even running the show anymore. You know, he never was. You know, when they moved to the Capitol Wrestling Center, he was never in full control. You know, he was there, but he was, you know, he's not in charge. He's not in charge anymore. But yeah, man. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I don't even know if I want to watch it anymore. I don't even know if I want to watch it anymore or review it anymore. But I'll go ahead and watch the first episode of the revamp NXT. You know, to see how the wedding was with Dexter Lumis and Indi Hartwell. But yeah, yeah. I like all my faith in NXT. Like it went away, man. It went away as soon as they let all those people go. When they let all those people go, I lost a lot of faith in NXT. But yeah, man. So yeah, so man, if you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up, man. What are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the show, if you're new to the channel, if you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button, and then right next to it, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I am here every single week, man. Tuesdays for NXT. I guess we'll see about NXT. Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling. Fridays for AEW Rampage. And Saturdays and Sundays are for the pay-per-views, whether it's AEW pay-per-views, WWE pay-per-views, or Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. So yeah, man. So we started off the show with a women's match, and it was Ember Moon versus Kaylee Ray. So yeah, this is a really good match. Really good match to start off the show, man. Hard hitting match too, man, between these two. And so yeah, so both of these ladies they tried to one up each other. And so Ember Moon she had a drop kick to Kaylee Ray right in her face. I don't know if it was a drop kick or a jumping kick, but she caught her right in the face with that. And so Kaylee Ray, she went right after Ember Moon's arm, and then Ray took control of the match during a commercial break. Or not during a commercial break. She took control of the match by going after the arm and everything. And so Moon, she started fighting back with kicks. And so we had a diving code breaker to Kaylee Ray, and she kicks out. And then Ember Moon, she had locked in a crossface submission move, and then Ray, she tried to escape the hold, but Moon, she had locked it back on. And then she turned it into a triangle choke on Kaylee Ray. And so Ray, she had ran Moon into the turnbuckle, and so that's how Kaylee Ray took control of the match during the commercial break, picture in picture. And so yeah, so both of these ladies they were going back and forth once again, and then we had a super kick to Ember Moon, and then Ember Moon started kicking Kaylee Ray over and over and over again. And so at one point we had Ember Moon, she had kicked Kaylee Ray right on the side of her head while she was hanging upside down. And so yeah, that was brutal. She kicked her right in her head, on the side of the head. And then Kaylee Ray, she had a tornado DDT to Ember Moon, which was nice. It was beautiful, and it looked deadly too, cause she spiked her right on top of her head. And so yeah, so Ember Moon, she started throwing. Well, she threw Kaylee Ray out of the ring like in a suplex position. She had in like a suplex position, and she just threw her over the top rope, and it looked like she buckled. It looked like she buckled down when she landed on her feet. Kaylee Ray did. And so Ember Moon, she had a tope suicida to Kaylee Ray, and then Ember Moon, she tried to go for the eclipse, but Kaylee Ray, she had stopped it from happening. And then Kaylee Ray, she had a senton bomb to Ember Moon, and she kicks out. And so both of these ladies, they were going back and forth with strikes. And then Ember Moon, she had a cradle driver to Kaylee Ray, kicks out. And so we had a "This is awesome" chant from the crowd. It was awesome. And so yeah, both of these ladies, they were trading pinfalls. And then I think Ember Moon, she had a pinfall on Kaylee Ray. And so Kaylee Ray, she had turned that pinfall into the Gory Bomb to win the match. So Kaylee Ray wins the match. And that was it, man. Really good match. As I said before, hard hitting match. And yeah, both ladies are great wrestlers, man. Ember Moon, great wrestler. Kaylee Ray, great wrestler from NXT UK. And so yeah, man. So yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. Ember Moon once again lost again. And so yeah, man. And we found out what exactly Ember Moon was gonna do next. But I'm gonna get into that later. But yeah, so right after that, man, we had McKenzie Mitchell. She interviews Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch with Pete Dunne and Rich Holland in their corner. And so the main event, it was Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus MSK for the NXT Tag Team Championships in the main event. And so Lorcan and Burch, they said that they will regain their NXT Tag Team titles, the same titles that they never lost. And so Dunne, he had told Lorcan and Burch to go out and win those titles. Not only go out and win those titles, but to end in MSK. And so Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, they kicked McKenzie Mitchell out of their locker room or towards the area where they were at. And so yeah, man, that was pretty much it with that. And so right after that, we had the Bachelorette party for Indi Hartwell. And so Candice LeRae, so it looked like they were at a restaurant, Fresco's, I think it was. They were at Fresco's, and so we had the locker room and at the Fresco's place. And so Indi Hartwell was excited to see everybody. And Candice LeRae was making fun of her that, you don't have any friends and all that stuff. She mumbled that on her breath. And so, yeah, she invited some people for Indi Hartwell. And so, so Indi Hartwell, she started talking about Dexter Lumis and how he stalked his way to her heart and all that stuff. And Indi Hartwell, she said she was lost at one point, and she was found, and that person that found her and taught her the way was Candice LeRae. And so, yeah, they gave a toast, and then Indi Hartwell, and yeah, Indi Hartwell, she wanted to know like what Dexter Lumis was gonna do at his bachelor party. And so yeah, that was pretty much it. And so they gave each other the toast. And so they left Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell. They left the bachelorette party. And so yeah, so of course the wedding is next week between Dexter Lumis and Indi Hartwell. That's the only thing I'm interested in. Oh yeah, that championship match too, NXT Championship #1 contenders match too. I'm interested in that next week. But yeah, man. So yeah, the wedding is next week, and so yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had a match, and it was Carmelo Hayes versus Santos Escobar with Legado del Fantasma in his corner. That's Joaquin Wilde, Raul Mendoza, and Elektra Lopez, the new member of Legado del Fantasma, Elektra Lopez. And so yeah, we had Escobar. He was playing mind games with Hayes at one point, and then Hayes started fighting back, and then he started playing mind games with Escobar. And so Escobar, he had cut off Carmelo Hayes. He took control of the match by going after Hayes' back. And so, yeah, Escobar, he had a DDT on Hayes and he kicked out. We had a super kick to Escobar, and we had a pump kick to Escobar. And then Escobar, he had knocked Hayes out of the ring on a commentary desk, so he had face first on that commentary desk. And so Escobar, he took control of the match at that point. And then we had a top rope hurricane to Hayes, kicks out. And then Escobar, he had locked in the Boston Crab submission move to Hayes on the steel steps outside the ring. And so we had a springboard leg drop, a springboard back leg drop, a springboard back leg drop to Escobar. And then he followed up with a springboard clothesline to Escobar. And he followed that up with a suplex. Suplex turned into a cutter. And Escobar kicks out. And so, yeah. And then at one point, Hayes, he tried to go for another springboard move, but Escobar, he had caught Hayes in midair with a knee strike. And so Hayes hit a code breaker on Escobar. And so we had an over-the-top rope DDT on a ring apron to Escobar. And so at that point, we had Mendoza and Wilde. They distracted the referee. And so Hayes was still knocked out outside the ring and all that stuff. Or no, he wasn't knocked out. He was outside the ring. And he turned, so Elektra Lopez was behind Hayes, and so she turned him around, and she picked him up, and she slammed him right on the ground. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so, yeah, they brought him back into the ring. And so to end the match, we had a Phantom Driver to Hayes to win the match. So Santos Escobar wins the match. So yeah, that was pretty much it with that. And yeah, man, with this, Normally I wouldn't have the #1 contenders lose, man. I really wouldn't. But then again, like Escobar, you can't have him lose either because he's the leader of Legado del Fantasma, and they just added a new member to the group, so you can't have him lose. Leader should always win. But the #1 contender should never lose either. But the one thing I did like about it, man, was he lost because of somebody else. He didn't lose because he couldn't beat him. He did have him. He actually had him. He would have beaten him if it wasn't for Legado del Fantasma. So I do like that part of the match. But yeah, man. So yeah, and Elektra Lopez, man, great addition, man. Great addition to Legado del Fantasma. Elektra Lopez, she looks good, man. She really does. Very, very attractive, man. Very attractive. But yeah, great match. Both guys are great wrestlers, man. Santos Escobar. Huge fan of Santos Escobar. And Carmelo Hayes is really good too. So yeah, man. So that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Malcom Bivens. Malcom Bivens of Diamond Mine. He spoke. He was backstage in his dojo, the Diamond Mine dojo. And so he introduced new members. He introduced new members of Diamond Mine. So that's Brutus and Julius Creed. And so yeah, there are new members, and they will be competing tonight on NXT. And so yeah, man, so that was it with that. And so right after that, we had a backstage interview. So McKenzie Mitchell, she interviews Mr. Regal. And so yeah, she talked about so yeah, she interviewed Mr. Regal. And so McKenzie Mitchell, she had asked Regal about the NXT championship and all that stuff. And so we will have a fatal 4-way. We'll have a fatal 4-way match, and the winner will be the #1 contender for the NXT Championship against Samoa Joe. And it's going to be Tommaso Ciampa, LA Knight, Kyle O'Reilly, and Pete Dunne. And those are the guys that's competing in that fatal 4-way next week. And the winner will be the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. And so, yeah, who wins? I don't know. If I had to choose, I'll probably have to go with Ciampa, man. I'll probably go with Ciampa. He's the only person that haven't gotten a title match, an NXT title match. And LA Knight, he doesn't deserve to go after the NXT Championship. I see LA Knight going after the North American Championship. That's just me. And yeah, and he just lost the $1 million championship. So why is he competing for the NXT Championship? And then Kyle O'Reilly, of course, already had a shot at the NXT title. And Pete Dunne already had a shot at the NXT title in that fatal 5-way. But yeah, it's either Pete Dunne or Tommaso Ciampa. But yeah, I would get rid of Kyle O'Reilly and LA Knight. It's either Tommaso Ciampa or Pete Dunne. I think they'll probably go with Pete Dunne. But I think Tommaso Ciampa, a Joe versus Tommaso Ciampa match would be really good. But yeah, man, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had the tag team match, and it was the Creed brothers of Diamond Mine. So that's Julius and Brutus Creed with Diamond Mine in their corner. So the Creed brothers making their debut versus some local competitors. At first, I didn't get their names, but their names were Paxton Averill and Chucky Viola. So yeah, those are the guys that they fought tonight. And man, this was a beatdown. They beat the hell out of these guys. They beat them down, man. That was a beatdown. And so yeah, so the Creed brothers, they started throwing these guys around all across the ring. And so we did have some tag in and some tag outs. They started tagging each other in and tagging out. One of the brothers had slapped the other brother in the face to tag him in. And so yeah, and that was it, man. A lariat to one of these guys to win the match. So the Creed brothers they won the match. The Creed brother wins the match, and that was it, man. That was pretty much it with that. You know, they look good. They look good for their first match. They look good. Like they like they mauled these guys, man. What else can I say? They mauled these guys, dude. But yeah, man. So yeah, they got some muscle. They have some extra muscle and Diamond Mine. So these are big guys. So right after that, we had McKenzie Mitchell. She was backstage. She interviews Ember Moon. And so yeah, McKenzie Mitchell was asking Ember Moon about her loss and everything from earlier. And so Ember Moon, she was frustrated and all that stuff. She was frustrated that she lost. She lost her tag team titles. And she lost her tag team partner, Shotzi Blackheart, to the main roster. And so Moon, she said that she's been on a losing streak. And so Moon, she has said that, I know what I have to do. And so that was it. That was it with the interview. What is it that she's gonna do? Is she gonna turn heel? Maybe. Ember Moon as a heel. I don't know how that's gonna play out. Either that, or is she quitting NXT and going back to the main roster? What's gonna happen? Or is she gonna have a change in her character? Is she gonna change her character? A new attitude? Probably. But yeah, man. Probably a heel turn. That's what I'm guessing. A heel turn. We need something different from Ember Moon. And so yeah, Ember Moon. I think Ember Moon, man. If you give her a chance, she could be a really great heel. If you give her the opportunity. Like based off her ring style, her in-ring style, man. She is hard hitting, man. Hard hitting in that ring. So a heel turn, man. Heel turn would not be bad. Would not be bad at all. So yeah, man. So that was it with Ember Moon. And so right after that, we had Hit Row. So they spoke. They were backstage. Isaiah Swerve Scott, Top Dollar, Ashante D. Adonis, and B-Fab. Isaiah Swerve Scott, NXT North American Champion, by the way. And so they started talking about Legado del Fantasma and then, their beef with Legado del Fantasma. And they bragged about taking out Legado del Fantasma. And then they started talking about their new accomplice, Elektra Lopez. And, B-Fab started talking about her and everything. And so, yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. So the feud is not over yet with Hit Row and Legado del Fantasma. But yeah, but the thing is with this feud, I still don't know who's the heel and who's the babyface. Who am I supposed to cheer and who am I supposed to boo? That's the one thing. That's the one thing I don't get. I'm guessing Hit Row are the baby faces and Legado del Fantasma are the heels. That's what I'm guessing. But both of these teams are heels. Both of these factions are heels. Like Hit Row, when you brought Hit Row in, they were heels. And Legado del Fantasma obviously are heels. Like it's like each faction, it's like each faction is playing a babyface and a heel. Like before Elektra Lopez was brought into the group, like it felt like Legado del Fantasma were the baby faces because they kept getting outnumbered by Hit Row. You know, B-Fab kept getting involved and all that stuff, and then they brought Elektra Lopez in to even up the odds. So that was a heel move from Hit Row and a babyface move from Legado del Fantasma. And now like they're going back and forth with heels and baby faces. They're going back and forth on heels and being a heel and being a baby face. So yeah, man. Yeah, don't know who to cheer for, don't know who to boo for. I mean, I'm not gonna boo. Me personally, I'm not gonna boo either one of them. I like both of these factions, but the fan, the viewer, the audience that's watching. But yeah, man, that was pretty much it with that. And so right after that, man, we had the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match, and it was Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro versus Zoe Stark and Io Shirai, who are the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. And so yeah, man, we had Casey Catanzaro. She started using her speed against Zoe Stark, and then Io Shirai and Carter, they tagged in and they started using their speed against each other. And then Io at one point, Zoe Stark, she wanted to tag in, but Io Shirai didn't want to. She didn't want to tag in her partner because of course Io Shirai she doesn't like Zoe Stark. And so yeah, we had a draping code breaker to Casey Catanzaro from Io, so that had to hurt. It looked like that hurt. Like she caught her right in the nose with that code breaker. And so the referee man went to go check on her right away, man. And so Carter took out Io and Zoe Stark, and we had a super kick to Stark from Carter. She kicks out. And then Zoe Stark, she had a spinning kick on Carter. And then Io Shirai, she tagged in. She had a 619 to Carter. And then she had a diving drop kick, which was nice, man. And then Io, she had locked in a crossface submission move to Carter. And then Carter fought out of it. And then we had an assisted splash to Io from Casey. And she kicks out. And then we had a German suplex to Carter from Io. And then Zoe Stark had tagged herself in, and Io Shirai, she did not like that. And so Zoe Stark, she did get some offense in, but the other team members they had knocked Zoe Stark into Io Shirai. So Stark accidentally knocked into Io Shirai. And so yeah, Carter she hit a flatliner on Stark, but Carter she did not go for the cover. She did not go for the cover, which was a mistake. Like she did not go for a cover. She was looking around like that's the one thing. That's the one problem I had with this match. She kept looking around instead of going for the cover. Even Beth Phoenix on commentary said, like, what are you waiting for? Go for the cover. Go for the cover. You're in a championship match. And you over here looking around. Go for the cover. And so yeah, man. And then they took their time. They didn't even go for the cover. They had a top rope splash, a double top rope splash, or assisted top rope splash on Io, or Zoe Stark rather. And then Io, she broke up the pin. And so yeah, and then we had a knee strike to Casey from Zoe Stark, and then Zoe Stark she hit the GTH to Casey. So I love that move from Zoe Stark, man. That GTH, man, the way that she hit it, man, picture perfect, man, picture perfect. And so we had a moonsault to Io to Casey to win the match. So yeah, so Io Shirai and Zoe Stark wins the match and are still NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Still NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. And so yeah, man, so that was it. And so right after the match, we had Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane. They attacked Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. Mandy Rose was wearing a nose guard, a face guard, or something like that, or a face mask. I don't know where the face mask came from. I, I think something probably happened on NXT last week. Probably. I didn't watch it because my power was out last week. So I think Wait. Didn't she have a match? I think she had a match with Saray. I think she either had a match with Saray and Saray kicked her in the face or something like that. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but yeah, that was it with that. Yeah, and just like what I said earlier, man. Yeah, Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter, they look dumb in this match. They look dumb. By not going for the cover, man. By not going for the cover. By not going for the cover. Like when they had that chance. They would I thought for a second that they were gonna win the match. That's what I thought because, the tension is high between Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. They not Io not liking her own partner. So I thought they were gonna lose the tag team titles based off of that. And Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter, they deserve those titles, man. They deserve those titles. They are the only legit tag team in that women's division. So why not give it to them? Io Shirai and Zoe Stark, they should be on their own. They should be going after the NXT Women's Championships. Like, yeah, with the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, I still don't know why we have an NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. I really don't know. Like, why? You have the Women's Tag Team Championships on the main roster that floats on all three brands. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Even though they barely, even though they don't even, even though the women's tag team titles are never featured on NXT, it's still a floating title. It's still a floating title. So what's the point of NXT Women's Tag Team Championships? Like, what's the point of having those titles when you don't even have a division? You don't have a women's tag team division for those titles. Put all these women after the NXT Women's Championship. Like, send them after Raquel Gonzalez. But yeah, man, that was it with that, man. And so right after that, man, we had Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly, he spoke. He was backstage. And so yeah, Kyle O'Reilly, man, he was relieved that his chapter with Adam Cole is over. He mentioned Adam Cole, but he didn't mention him by name. Of course he didn't. When somebody jumped ship to the enemy side, WWE never acknowledged them. They never mentioned him by name. But yeah, Kyle O'Reilly, he didn't mention Adam Cole by name. He just said my former best friend. And so yeah, so O'Reilly said that a new chapter has begun in NXT, and that's the NXT Championship. And so Kyle O'Reilly, he says that he want the NXT Championship. He's gonna win that Fatal 4-Way, and he's gonna go after Joe for that NXT Championship, and he's gonna become the new NXT Champion. So yeah, so that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after this, we had the bachelor party from Dexter Lumis. So yeah, this is cool. This was fun right here, man. So yeah, so we had all these guys that were riding in a limo. There was Johnny Gargano, Dexter Lumis, Odyssey Jones, Drake Maverick, and they had like a zombified referee. They were riding in a limo, and so they went to their place where they were going to, and so they opened up the door. You saw Cameron Grimes. Where did Cameron Grimes come from? I don't know, but he was outside, and so he had like a stack of money. And he was handing it out to everybody. And so yeah, they were walking to the place that they were going into. And so we were thinking they were going to a strip club because they had all the cash and all that stuff. And usually with bachelor parties and all that stuff, they go to like clubs and all that. But yeah, they went to a go-kart place, like a go-kart place. That's what they went to. And so yeah, they went to like a go-kart place, and they started driving the go-karts. They were racing in the go-karts and all that stuff. And so Indi Hartwell and Candice LeRae, they were there too. They were spying on the guys dressed in all black. And so yeah, right after they were done driving the go-karts, they were doing the axe throwing and all that stuff. And then you had the guy that was in charge of the axe throwing asked them. have any one of you guys ever had do you guys have experience? Which one of you guys have experience on throwing axes? And so Dexter Lumis was the only person that raised his hand. And so yeah, these guys were throwing the axe handles, and almost everybody was missing them. Everybody would miss them. They didn't stick to the wall or to the board. It didn't stick to the board. Gargano was throwing it. It didn't stick to the board. Dexter Lumis threw them, and it stuck to the board. And so Lumis, he had taught Gargano how to throw it. He taught him the proper way to throw it because Gargano was missing them. And so yeah, so he taught him how to throw it, and so Gargano threw it, and it stuck to the board. And so Gargano was happy. Lumis, yeah, him and Loomis, they gave each other the thumbs up and all that stuff. And so that's the start. That's the start to acceptance, or a start to the bonding. And so and then they went to the trampoline, the indoor trampoline, and so they started jumping and all that stuff. Drake Maverick was on there, and so Cameron Grimes, he had betted one of these guys like $10,000. He betted one of those guys $10,000 to send Drake Maverick to the moon and all that stuff. And so Odyssey Jones went over there and he started jumping towards Drake Maverick, and they were jumping around and all that stuff. And then they moved to the laser tag. Laser tag, man, that's that's a game I haven't played in a long time, man. I love some laser tag, bro. I love laser tag. So yeah, they were laser tag. They were playing laser tag. All these guys were on the same team, and they were going up against some local competitors, NXT locker room. And so yeah, man. So yeah, Dexter Lumis, he had knocked out one of the guys. He had uppercutted one of those guys, their opponents, and then he had knocked out one person with chloroform, and he had choked one of the other guys out. And so while like when he finished doing all that stuff, like Gargano kept, you know, shooting the guys with the laser tag or the laser gun. And so Gargano getting the easy shot after Dexter Lumis did all the work. And so yeah, man. So yeah, they were done. They were done playing. So of course Gargano's team won. And so yeah, they were happy that they won the match, the game and all that stuff. And so you had Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano. They were face to face. And so Gargano was excited that he won. And so he had his hand up and everything. And Lumis had his hand up too. So kind of like the way high five. And so yeah, one of these guys, they had pushed Gargano into Loomis's hand, pushed his hand into Dexter Loomis's hand, and so they did the high five. And so yeah, man, and then they started hugging each other, Gargano and the way. And so yeah, so Indi Hartwell and Candice LeRae, they showed up, and so Gargano was wondering like, why are you guys here? You guys not spying, are y'all? And so they were wearing all black and all that stuff. So yeah, they were spying. And so yeah, so they started hugging each other, the way and Dexter Lumis, and so that was it. That was it. So Johnny Gargano, he accepted them. He accepted Dexter Lumis. So he approves of Dexter Lumis, and so Gargano, he says, you know, let's do this wedding. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's next week. Let's do it. I'm all for the wedding. And so that was it with that. Really, really fun stuff, man. Entertaining. I would have if I was there, man. I would have been doing the laser tag, the go karts, and the laser tag, man. Really, really cool, man. But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had a backstage segment. It was Frankie Monet with Jessica Maya and Robert Stone. So yeah, man, so they were backstage. They spoke, and so yeah, Frankie Monet was talking about the Dexter Lumis and Indi Hartwell wedding next week with Jessica Maya and then Robert Stone that came in, and he told Frankie Monet that he made a match, or he got Mr. Regal to make a match with Frankie Monet versus Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship next week. And so Frankie Monet was really excited about it. And yeah, that was it. What exactly has she done to get a championship match? That's what I want to know. She didn't like, am I missing anything? Did I miss it? Did I miss something last week? Did she compete in a number one contenders match last week? Like, did she? I'm asking a serious question. Did she? Because I didn't watch it last week. Did she compete in a number one contenders match to get a championship match? Like, what did she do? The last match I remember her being in, she lost. She got pinned in a tag team match. So why is it that she getting a tag team a women's championship match? That's what I want to know. But yeah, man. So it's gonna be Frankie Monet versus Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel Gonzalez, of course, is gonna win. I still don't agree with that. I still don't agree with Raquel Gonzalez still being the NXT Women's Champion. It should have been Dakota Kai. Where is Dakota Kai? Don't even know. Yeah, man. So yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had a match, and it was Mei Ying versus Virginia Ferry. So yeah, this is Mei Ying's debut match, her first match in NXT. And so yeah, Mei Ying, she hit like a throat chop, and she hit like a death grip. She locked in a death grip to Ferry to win the match. So Mei Ying wins the match, and that was it, man. Squash match, absolute squash match. I like. I don't know why she's in the ring. I don't know why she's in the ring competing. Like why? Why she's in a match? Where is Xia Li? I don't know. Like where is Xia Li? The last time we saw her, she got hurt by Raquel Gonzalez. I thought she would have recovered by now. But man, like Xia Li, where is she? But yeah, that was it with that, man. Don't really didn't care. And so yeah, right after that we had L.A. Knight. He was driving around in the city and all that stuff, and he was talking about. He said that he's gonna become the number one contender. He's gonna win that fatal four-way match to become the number one contender for the NXT Championship, and he's gonna face Joe. So everybody pretty much said the same thing. And so Knight, he has said, "Who game is it? Who game is it? It's L.A. Knight game." And so yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had the final person. Or yeah, we didn't hear anything from Pete Dunne. So yeah. So yeah, we had Ciampa, Tommaso Ciampa. He was backstage. He was talking about the fatal four-way match next week, and he said that a motivated Ciampa is a dangerous Ciampa. And so yeah, he talked about Goldie. So he wants Goldie. He's gonna win the championship. He's gonna win the fatal four-way, and he's gonna win back Goldie. So yeah, he wants his baby back. He wants Goldie back. And so yeah, man, Tommaso Ciampa is NXT champion, man. Tommaso Ciampa, the 2018 version of Tommaso Ciampa was the best. Ciampa was the best Tommaso Ciampa ever. The best heel during that time. I'm telling you, man, he was one of my favorites. He was one of my favorites during that time, man. Like everything about him. I just loved everything about him. Like if you aspired to be like a heel, you like Tommaso Ciampa was that guy. Was that guy, man. But yeah, I miss heel Tommaso Ciampa. I really do. Like he could be a babyface, he could be a good babyface, but I like him better as a heel. He is so much better as a heel. But yeah, man, that was it with that. And so yeah, before we get into the main event, let's talk about next week's show. So yeah, so next week's show in a revamped version, I guess. The revamped version of NXT. We have the Fatal 4-Way match. We have the Fatal 4-Way is Tommaso Ciampa, LA Knight, Kyle O'Reilly, and Pete Dunne in a Fatal 4-Way match for the number one contender spot. So whoever wins the Fatal 4-Way is the number one contender for the NXT title against Samoa Joe. And then we have an NXT Women's Championship match, and it's Raquel Gonzalez, the NXT Women's Champion, versus Frankie Monet with the Robert Stone brand in her corner. And then next week we have the wedding for Indi Hartwell and Dexter Lumis. And so yeah, man, so that's pretty much it. And for next week. So yeah, man, so right after that we had the NXT Tag Team Championship match. And it was Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch with Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland in their corner versus MSK, who are the NXT Tag Team Champions. That's Nash Carter and Wes Lee. And so yeah, man, I don't know what it is about MSK, man, but every time they come out to the ring, they get booed. They get booed, and I heard it. I heard it tonight. They got booed, and they drowned out the sound. They drowned out the boos with the piped-in crowd. They piped in the crowd. I heard that, man. So yeah, man, one of the main reasons why I hate piped-in crowds, and one of the main reasons why I hated the Thunderdome. But yeah, man, and they still doing it. They still doing piped-in crowds. They did piped-in crowds on Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. Like, dude, fans or no fans, these people will still pipe in sounds, crowd noises. But yeah, man. So yeah, we had a welcome back chant. We had a welcome back chant for Danny Burch. So I thought that was really nice because Danny Burch's first match back, and you know he got hurt in that match, that tag team match that he had. It was for the NXT Tag Team Championship. It was him and Lorcan versus Cross and Balor. I still, to this day, still believe that match never should have happened. Cross and Balor as a tag team partners, no. But yeah, that's besides the point. But yeah, Danny Burch is back. And so yeah, both of these guys, we had Carter use his speed. He was trying to use his speed against Danny Burch. And so we had our double team moves to Lorcan. So yeah, MSK they took control of the early parts of the match, and so yeah, and then Lorcan and Burch they took back control during a commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so we had chops to Carter from Lorcan, which were loud, and then we had a jumping knee to Burch from Carter. And we had a hot tag to Wesley. He took out Lorcan and Burch, and then we had a corner elbow strike to Lorcan from Lee. And then he followed up with a German suplex into a bridge, and then Lorcan kicks out. And so, yeah, we had an outside moonsault to Lorcan from Carter. And then Lorcan, he had blocked the senton bomb from Carter. And then Lorcan, he had locked in the ankle lock. He went right after Carter's leg, and he locked in the ankle lock on Carter. And so Burch, he had locked in a crossface submission move on Wesley. And so, yeah, so it was a double submission move by Lorcan and Burch on MSK. Lorcan had the ankle lock, and Burch had the crossface. And so both of these guys, they fought out of it. And so, yeah, both of these teams, they were going back and forth. We had a "This is awesome" chant. Yeah, it was. And so, yeah, we had a assisted blockbuster to Lorcan to win the match. So MSK, they hit their tag team finishing move, the assisted blockbuster, to win the match. So MSK, they won the match and are still the NXT Tag Team Champions. So, yeah, man. Good match, man. Good match. And so, yeah, right after the match, we had Ridge Holland. We had Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne. You know, right after MSK, they celebrated and they left the ring. Danny Burch was getting up. He was trying to make it up to his feet. And then Ridge Holland had took out Danny Burch. He had took out Danny Burch. And Oney Lorcan was sitting there. He was looking, wondering why these guys took out my partner. And so they attacked Oney Lorcan too. They attacked Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. So they took them both out. And so, yeah, man, I like me, I didn't understand the breakup. Like, why did you break these guys up? I understand, like they didn't get the job done. They didn't end MSK. They didn't win the tag team titles, or they didn't, they didn't end them or win the titles. But yeah, man, I wouldn't have broken them up. Like, I wouldn't have broken them up, man. Like, they look legit together, man. The clash of styles, like the styles that they have together, it meshed well it meshed well together. You know, all these guys are tough dudes, and you broke them up. Like the beatdown wasn't even all that good either, man. It really wasn't. All he did was give out headbutts and all that stuff. Ridge Holland, he gave out headbutts. Pete Dunne just kicks, and that was it. Nothing else happened. You just beat him down, and that was pretty much it. That's how the show went off the air. But yeah, man. And yeah, the NXT Tag Team titles. Who are gonna take those titles off of MSK? That's what I want to know. Who are gonna take those like who's gonna take those titles off of MSK? Like who? Who is it? Like at first I thought it was gonna be Ciampa. I thought it was gonna be Ciampa and Thatcher. That's what I would have went with. I would have went with Ciampa and Thatcher. Like at first I thought it was gonna be Legado del Fantasma, and then the Grizzly on Veterans, and then when that didn't happen, I was like, you know what? Ciampa and Thatcher are gonna take those titles, and then that didn't happen. It would have been the right time to take those titles off of them and put it on Ciampa and Thatcher, because you brought these guys together. Like first they were opponents, and you brought them together as a tag team, a makeshift tag team. Like you teamed them up in a Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and then and then you yeah, you tagged them up. They didn't even win the tournament. They got eliminated. Didn't even go to the finals. And so I was like, you know what? They're probably gonna rebuild them back up and send them after the tag team titles. And they sent them after the tag team titles. They gotten some wins. You know, the more and more they fought together, they look even more legit as a tag team. And now, man, they fought for the NXT tag team titles and they lost. They didn't win. So I was like, man, who are gonna take these titles off of MSK? Because they pretty much went through everybody. They pretty much went through everybody. Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch never lost the titles, and they lost tonight. Like, who are gonna take those titles off of MSK? Who? I really don't know. Is it gonna be Hit Row? Is it gonna be Hit Row? I don't know. It's gonna be like I don't even know. I don't even know. The Grizzly on Veterans. Like, what teams do you have? Imperium? Maybe Imperium, I guess. But They already had that shot. They already had that shot. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But yeah, that was it with NXT, man. It was fine. It was okay. It wasn't their best show. It wasn't their best show. It was okay. It was fine. You know. But yeah, yeah, I'm not looking forward to this NXT, this new NXT that's coming up. They've been promoting it all night. The revamped version of NXT next week. They changed up the logo, man. I don't know why you changed the logo. Like you went from black and gold to freaking colorful colors. Freaking red, yellow, pink, blue. Like, dude, come on, dude. Why would you change something that doesn't need to be changed? Why are you changing stuff that don't need to be changed? I'm gonna refer to what Mick Foley said. I'm gonna refer to what Mick Foley said. If it's not broken, don't fix it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. So yeah, man. Yeah, NXT was never broken. Why are you trying to fix it? NXT was doing perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Like, man, people like Adam Cole, Undisputed Era, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Aleister Black, Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor. All these guys carried NXT, man. Made the NXT to what it was. Gargano, Ciampa, Cole, Undisputed Era, Aleister Black, Andrade, Cien Almas, Andrade El Idolo. The Four Horsewomen, Sasha, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Charlotte. I'll put Charlotte into. Man, like the memories, man, the memories of NXT. NXT was a brand that the main roster, you know, everything that NXT was doing is what the main roster should have been doing. Like NXT was doing everything the right way, while Monday Night Raw and SmackDown was doing everything the wrong way. Like, dude, I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why they changing NXT. Why did they kill NXT? Why did you get rid of Triple H? And why is Vince McMahon is running everything? Like, dude, he already have enough on his plate. What more does he need? Why? Like, what? Like, when is the last time Vince McMahon ever cared about NXT? Why does he care about NXT so much now? Why does he care so much now about NXT? That's what I want to know. Why is he taking control of NXT? I don't know, man. I really don't know. But all I know, man, is that Adam Cole, he dodged one hell of a bullet. He dodged one hell of a bullet by going to AEW. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, he dodged a bullet. I'm glad he's in AEW. I'm glad he is in AEW. I'm telling you, he dodged a bullet. Because they were gonna mess over him. They were gonna take advantage of him. I'm glad he left. Man. Off to AEW he went to. But yeah, man. I'm not looking forward to it. I am not looking forward to NXT. I'm not looking forward to NXT. You kill NXT. You released Bronson Reed. You released Bronson Reed, bro. And all these other people in NXT. Yeah, man. Oh, man. I'm telling you, man. Everybody that came up from NXT and that's on the main roster right now, they are suffering right now. Everybody, man. Everybody that you ever called up from NXT are doing terrible on the main roster. There's only a small percentage of people that succeeded in NXT, and that succeeding on the main roster. There's only a small percentage. A small percentage. I can name a couple of them. You could say the Four Horsewomen. You could say the Four Horsewomen. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, of course, Roman Reigns. Dude, it's not that many people. It's not that many people. You know. But yeah, I missed the old NXT. The old NXT, you had the Four Horsewomen. You had Asuka, freaking Bobby Roode. Oh my God, man! When Bobby Roode came into NXT, this guy was my favorite. He was my favorite. I was like, man, this guy's the future WWE champion. I was like, man, can you imagine a Bobby Roode WrestleMania entrance? That's what everybody was wondering. Can you imagine a Bobby Roode WrestleMania entrance? Like the guy was so over, man. As NXT champion, he was the best thing during that time. Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Asuka with the undefeated streak. Man, like, dude, I'm going back in time. Shinsuke Nakamura, Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era, Drew McIntyre when he came back to NXT. Man, Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole, uh, Aleister Black, Gargano, Ciampa. I keep renaming the same people. And then you even had a great tag team division. You had a great tag team division. You had American Alpha. You had the Vaudevillains. You had Enzo and Cass. You had the Authors of Pain. The War Raiders, the Street Profits. Man, who else, man? Who else? Man, I'm telling you, man. All that stuff is gone. Is gone now. Is gone. But yeah, man. Yep, that was NXT, man. That was NXT. Rest in peace, NXT. Rest in peace, NXT. NXT is about to get run through the ground. NXT is about to go straight to hell, man. With Vince McMahon in charge. With Vince McMahon in charge, NXT is about to go straight to hell. But yeah, man. Yep, that was it with NXT. That was it with NXT for September the 7th, 2021 on The Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, if you like this video, man, hit the thumbs up, man. What are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching The Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button is a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know my next video is uploaded, because I am here every single week. Tuesdays for NXT. We'll see about that. Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling. Fridays for AEW Rampage. And Saturdays and Sundays are for the pay-per-views, whether it's WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, or Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. And yeah, man, follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Dynamite, AEW Dynamite. And yeah, man, comment down below, man. Tell me how you felt about this episode of NXT, and share this video with every single person that you come across. And yeah, man, see you guys on AEW Dynamite. See you guys for Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. We have Ruby Soho. We have Minoru Suzuki. We have Bryan Danielson, and we have Adam Cole and CM Punk. I just can't wait to see I cannot wait for Dynamite. I'm excited for Dynamite. Adam Cole on an AEW Dynamite, bro. Oh my gosh. Dude, it for All Out, man, it felt like I was dreaming. I was like, oh my god, is this stuff real? Adam Cole. Like, Adam Cole is here. Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson. I gotta get used to Bryan Danielson. Man, I was marking out, man. I was marking out when I saw Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole. Dude, I was screaming on the top of my lungs, dude. I almost lost my voice. I was like, dude, I was so happy to see them. I was so happy to see Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, and Adam Cole. And Ruby Soho too. I was glad to see Ruby Soho too. But yeah, man, I just can't wait I cannot wait for Dynamite tomorrow. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Very excited for Dynamite tomorrow. And yeah, man. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow for Dynamite. See you guys on Wednesday for Dynamite. And yeah, man. And yeah. And once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you. And this has been The Ryan Awesome Show. Take care. Stay safe. And don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.